Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be hitting shoulders. This is the second shoulder week of this mesocycle. Now, if you remember back last week's shoulder session, I got to within, I think it was within 5 kilos of my all-time top weight in the Shrugs. So the target this week is going to be to try and hit that top weight again, or as close to it as I can get. So quite an aggressive ramp up because it's only the second week of the mesocycle, although this mesocycle is going to be short anyway. I've a planned deload coming in and I think it's 2 or 3 weeks time now. So because of that, I can afford to go a little bit more aggressive. The downside of going a bit more aggressive is my body hasn't really had time to adjust to like coming back up the weight again, you know, getting used to the heavier loads after the deload week. But we'll see how we get on anyway. The plan is going to be just to try and go for it and see if we can get it. Even if we can only get, you know, a handful of reps, it's a handful of reps with that weight that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So that'll be the sort of the target, I suppose, for this workout. And again, last week's workout on the Viking Press, I was sort of disappointed myself. I was half hoping to get a bit closer to my top weight on the Viking Press than what I did last week, and I think it was a good 5 or 10 kilos away. I forget what it was now, but it was a good bit away from where my top weight was before. So again, the idea for the Viking Press this week is going to be just to try and get. I'm not expecting to get up to the same weight I was at pre-deload at the end of the last mesocycle in the Viking Press, but if I can get close to it, so the top weight that I had before in the Viking Press, I think it was 9 reps with 67.5 kilos, I think. It was in around that anyway. So if I could get to like 65 kilos and get, you know, 10 reps of 65 kilos, I think I would be happy with that. And then obviously the chest supported reverse flies and the barbell phase pulls. Those are the sorts of exercises. I'm just going to add weight in as and where I can. You're very much dependent on all those rear delt. Because I do shoulders the day straight after I do back, all those rear delt movements, my rear delts have been hit pretty hard with doing all the wide grip, the wide grip pull downs and the wide grip seated rows. And even to a lesser extent with the T-bar row. You know, you'll get a little bit of rear delt activation there as well. So, but because of all of that, I add in weight where I can and reps where I can on all my rear delt movements. So I'm not expecting. I went pretty hard yesterday on back, so I'm not expecting huge gains for the rear delt movements today. But we'll see how we feel when we get there, and we'll just do our best. We'll add in weight where we can, add in reps where we can. And I think what I'm going to do today, we'll finish off the way we always do. We'll finish off with lateral raises. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give seated lateral raises a try. Now, the reason that I don't tend to do seated lateral raises at all, really, or very much, is because of the niggle in my shoulder. In order to take my shoulder, whenever my shoulder joint opens up, that's whenever and then gets loaded. That's whenever that can aggravate it. So I can. So whenever I'm doing stand, if you've ever watched any of my previous shoulder workouts, whenever I'm doing lateral raises, my hands tend to be in front of my body, so they do, and then they come up and out rather than straight out to the side. Now sometimes I will try and take the arm straight out to the side, but again that opens the shoulder joint up under load, and that can aggravate that niggle. So that tends to be the reason why I don't do seated lateral raises as much. Now, I'm going to give them a go today. It'll necessitate dropping the weight down a bit in order that, you know, as that joint gets opened up, it's not being aggravated just as much. But I'm going to give them a go. I'll give them a go for this week. I'll maybe give them a go for the next couple of weeks and see how they get on. See how that the shoulder, if the shoulder starts to become an issue, and I'll notice that the shoulder probably becoming an issue on my chest workouts, because again with the chest workouts that also opens the shoulder out. So I'll notice it then. If the seated lateral raises is causing an issue, that's probably where I'm going to notice it first, is on chest day. but we'll give the seated lateral raises a go anyway and see just how we respond to those. I think it'll be good to a good practice just getting the movement pattern, forcing myself to go through that part of the motion where when my shoulder is opening up under load, and trying to sort of maybe rehabilitate that shoulder joint a little bit just through that movement. And we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, well, that's going to be it for shoulders, and I'm absolutely again over the moon. That's another really good workout today. Got up, managed to get back up to my top weight on the shrugs now. You could argue that the reps, I need to look back, I haven't seen them, but I'm sure an argument can be made that the reps weren't the best, especially toward the last few reps in that set. But again, the shrug's a good exercise to do. You can get length and partials very easily with a shrug, so it's a good one to do. You can just keep going until you really can't do any more with the weight. But I was happy to get back up to that weight, and I mean I can definitely feel it in my traps, so it has done something. But my big surprise was the Viking Press. The Viking Press, I had an all new personal best on the Viking Press, and not only did I hit a new personal best, I got up to, I think it was 70 kilos on the Viking Press, where I had been at 67.5 kilos before. But I actually managed it for 10 reps, where before I failed on I think it was the 9th rep. I got 9 reps and failed on the 10th with a lighter weight. So I've definitely made a huge jump there, to be honest, to be fair. And I'm really over the moon with that. The chest supported dumbbell flies, chest supported reverse flies. The chest supported reverse flies, I think were pretty much where I was at last week. But I felt that I felt like I was getting a better sort of sweep, a better range of motion nearly with those. Although I would need to compare the reps this week to the reps last week and just have a look to see what weight I was using last week. I have a funny feeling I was using less weight this week, which would explain that. But again, I can feel it in the rear delts, so that's all that really counts, or all that really matters. The chest supported barbell face pulls, I had an all new personal best on those as well. I've added 2.5 kilos to those, and again, out of all the rear delt movements, that chest supported barbell face pulls is definitely the one that I feel it the most. I can feel it across not just the rear delts, but across the whole top of the trap and the rhomboids. It's a really good exercise. So it is, or I think it's a really good exercise. And the seated face pulls, I actually went up, I added 5 kilos to the seated face pulls, but what I noticed was I started to lose, because the wee knee rollers don't come out far enough for me to brace myself underneath. I was coming off the bench a little bit on it, so I'm going to have to think of a way to try and brace myself down, or else just do a load of reps with those, just to try and burn the rear delts out. The seated lateral raises, as I predicted, the seated lateral raises did aggravate the shoulder quite a bit. But we'll see how that goes going forward. Now I dropped down, I think I dropped down 1.5 or 2 kilos I dropped down from what I would normally do standing. But I'll see how that goes going forward, and see if we can, hopefully we'll be able to add weight in. That's going to all really be dependent on how much the shoulder joint aggravates me. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, feed the anabolic algorithm with the comments, shares, likes and subscribes, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.